Greg Hennis alongside Steve Silverio. And Steve, what do you want to say?
Just do the deal, Philly.
We're back at the Auto Outlet of PA, 1515 Bristol Pike, right here in the heart of Bensalem. And as a matter of fact, Steve, we always say the heart of Bensalem, but to be very honest with you, if you look at the map of the entire Delaware and Lehigh Valley, and you put a dot right in the middle, guess where that is? Right here at the Auto Outlet.
That would be at Bensalem. You're 100% right. I did it last night when you called me. You said, Steve, do you realize where the hell we are? And I said, Greg, you know something? Let me take a look. I never thought of it. But you got all the roads. We're right off 95. We're north, actually 1 mile up the road's northeast Philly.
Yeah, I mean, you're right there.
All right.
The great northeast.
Great northeast. Downtown Philly, 15 minutes. Camden, Trenton. Allentown. Wilmington, Delaware.
Dover even.
I drove to Wilmington yesterday and came here, and it took me 42 minutes.
Yeah, it's close.
95, all the way down through the city, bang, and here we get dropped off right here. So we are in the heart of the Mecca. We're in the Mecca of the automotive world. Philadelphia being the 5th largest city in the country. We're all pretty proud of that, even though I'm not a Philadelphian.
But you're a transplanted one.
I'm a transplanted.
And you've adopted it.
I've adopted it.
And they've adopted you, Steve.
Exactly. And I love Philadelphia. And again, to not get too mushy on this whole thing, because it's all about selling cars and what we can do for you. But I do want to thank everybody out there. Again, thank Greg and his crew for getting this commercial or this show out there for the half hour. Wonderful job. We're in all the primetime spots. We get on that television for a solid week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you see us all over the place. And when we talk, Greg knows. We're speaking from our hearts. We want to help you get into a car. We know this. Home is number one as far as the purchase goes. The car is number two.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And there's a lot more cars sold in the United States every month than there is homes. That I do know. So it tells me that most people can afford a car, and a home sometimes is just a little out of your reach. So if you can't reach for the house, then get the car you want. At least get one of the two. And that's the way I always looked at it when I was younger. I couldn't get the home, couldn't get the down payment, didn't have the credit to support it. But darn it, I could walk into a car dealership and say, you know something, I want that baby right there. And that's the one I took home. And that's what I'm going to do for you here. And I want to go over just a few things, Greg.
Interesting times right now, Steve. They really are. They really are.
I'm telling you.
Unprecedented, too.
I've been selling cars for 48 years, okay? And don't start counting, trying to figure out how old I am, because I'm old. All right? Please. Everybody out there.
I can tell you, whatever the age is, he don't act it.
Yeah.
He's got the energy.
Don't tell anybody. But I want to tell you this. We came out of last year, again, tough year.
Oh.
COVID, bad times, money scarce, people losing their jobs, family members very sick. I can go on and on and on with the miserable times for last year. We're past all that. We survived. We survived Philadelphia. We survived the tri-state area. We're still here. You're still watching my show. I didn't miss a month.
No.
During all the COVID, Greg and I were still here 3 weeks out of every month. We didn't care about what was going on. We still wanted to bring the show to you. Car sales last year were pretty good. And I got to backtrack when I say I don't care. I didn't mean that in the sense I don't care about the COVID. I got affected, not myself personally, but a lot of people around me, as well as probably some of your family members, when I meant that I don't care. I wasn't going to let that stop me from going forward in my life, all right? You know, and they always said, and I always remember this as a child, when I was in the military, I always remember that when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So I just put the pedal to the metal and said, Greg, we're not going to slow up. We're not going to stop the show. We're going to keep selling cars. And we had a great year. Thank you to the good Lord. And thank you, the people that bought a lot of cars last year from my company. Again, we just opened up a new one in Baltimore, big operation up there that, if you guys remember back in the day, he used to work for me. Now he's my partner.
Our buddy.
Jimmy the Boxer.
The Boxer, yeah.
The Boxer, Jimmy the Boxer. And he's in Baltimore right now doing his thing, and good for him. He earned it. Been with me a lot of years. Good student, great teacher, and here he is. Okay, and he's doing a wonderful job for us. We've got the Auto Outlet. We got Dee Fernandez, been with me now a year and a half, and his partner, Justin.
They're making it happen here.
They're
really
making
are.
it happen. Again, this past month, let's talk about April a little bit. Wasn't quite as good as March. March was a record breaker, but April was right behind it. Right, so March was looking at April's in the rearview mirror. We were that close. Okay.
Wow.
So. And a little bit was a lot of things going on. We're having a very tough time, and that's what I want to talk about. We're having a tough time getting cars.
How?
Yeah, and I think you people will see this. When you drive around the neighborhoods and you see a lot of these used car dealers, you're going to see they're down on inventory. They've got scarcity. These cars are very tough to find. As you all know or haven't heard, or have you heard, there's this little chip that I'm not real familiar with, but there's a chip that's missing, coming out of China, they said, that's going into all these new cars. And if you look at the new car inventories, they're way, way, way down. So when you don't have new cars trade or new cars sold, guess what you don't have?
You don't have the trade-ins.
You don't have the trade-ins to be able to sell you folks the 1-, 2-, 3-year-old trades. So everything's backed up. The rental car companies can't get cars from the manufacturer, so they're keeping the rental cars. They're not coming back into the market to where we can sell rental cars. So everybody's short of inventory, but because of our buying power between Devin Nissan, Auto Outlet of PA, my other partner up in Newark, we have 4 or 5 dealerships up in that area. With the buying power that we have with all the big auctions, we have cars.
Hey!
And we have cars at reasonable prices. I'm not having to go out and overpay for a car to get the cars. If I have to overpay for it, then the bank's got to overfinance it. If the bank's got to overfinance it, the chances of you getting a loan are going to be next to nil unless you want to put down $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. And I know right now, in what's going on, nobody wants to put down that kind of money. So again, we're doing bank loans here with little or no money out of your pocket.
How are the banks right now, Steve?
The banks right now, I'm telling you, are begging for your business.
Are they calling you up and saying, hey, Steve, give me some customers?
Steve, we need some deals. We need some deals. Because here's what's happened. These banks, every bank, and a lot of the banks, they borrow money. And they borrow money from, Wall Street and whoever will lend it to them. And that's where you get A credit, B credit, C credit. And it gets into a whole bunch of financial things that well above my pay grade. Obviously, I understand a little bit of it, and I certainly don't want to explain it to you in the 3 minutes that I got to talk to you about this. But I'm going to tell you that right now, banks are sitting there picking up the phones. When it used to be 3, 4 rings, the first ring,
hey!
They pick up, Steve, yes, what can we do? You got a customer for us? Yes, I do. So I'm telling you, get down here. And these banks are wanting to deal with a lot of the new car dealers, which is myself. Even though I have the used car lots, we're still dealing with Devin as being the mother company. And the banks enjoy lending the money out if they're going to lend it out. And they're going to get crazy. They're going to do it with the big dealers. So that's why a lot of your smaller used car dealers are having a little bit of a tough time. They don't have the banks that we have. I've got 22 banks.
Whoa.
And out of 22 banks, I'm going to tell you, one of those banks will finance you.
They're going to love you.
They're going to love you, and we're going to make sure they love you. So not only do I have cars, I've got cars at right prices. I've got the banks to help you get financed at a reasonable price. That's the big thing. You go to some of these lots, and you're making a payment to the lot. You make the payment to the lot, it doesn't show up on your credit. You're paying $125, $150 a week for what? A 100,000-mile car.
And you got nothing to show for it.
Because you didn't think you could get a car deal anywhere else. Come here. Come down. Tell Dee. Tell Justin, I'm here to see Steve. I seen the show. I was watching it with Greg and Steve. They told me to come down here first. I'm here. What can you do for me? And another thing, what's happening in the used cars, you got a used car. Let's say you owe 20 grand on this car. Let's say you owe 18. I don't care what you owe. Let's say the car's worth 8. That was 2 months ago. That car now is probably worth 12 to 15.
Hey, that helps you with negative equity.
Negative equity.
Hey.
So I'm making the statement, and I'm telling you right now, I don't care what you owe. I'll pay off your trade.
Say it again, Steve.
I will pay off your trade no matter how much you owe. So you come down here, I'm going to figure out a way to get you out of that car. I've got buyers right now that if I don't want it, again, they use the old expression, one man's poison is another man's pleasure. I've got buyers in Florida, Georgia. I came out of that market for 20 years. I've got connections down there.
Yeah.
I can send the cars down there. They're a speed dial away. I hit number 7. Hello, Billy Bob. How you doing in Alabama? What's going on? I got a car sitting out here. Here's what I've got. how much you want to give me. I'll ship the car, your car. Wire me the money. I can get you out of the car. And I'm going to do that, and we're going to sell a bunch of cars this month with your help. And I'm telling you, if you've had trouble financing, this is the time to take advantage. We don't know when it's going to shut down. We don't know when the banks are going to say, finally, we're not lending now until this market gets better. Take advantage of it. Get yourself a new car. Get out of that 100,000-mile car, that 50,000, 80,000, that car, whatever the problems are with that. You don't want to start putting money in that car and start supplying dollars to these service departments. Unless it's my service department in Devon, of course. Only kidding, folks. Only kidding. Only kidding. Okay? Get your car down here. We're going to get you out of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's going on right now at the Auto Outlet of PA, 1515 Bristol Pike in the heart of Bensalem. Get top dollar for your trade. Get approved, and oh yeah, the banks are stepping up, and when it's all said and done, you can look at Steve and say, hey, Steve, I want to hear you say those magic words.
Folks, here we go, Philly. Just do the deal. It's May, and things are heating up at the Auto Outlet of PA. I'm going to get you out of your trade right now, no matter how much you owe. I've got the automobiles, and I've got the banks. And remember, it all ends at the close of business on Saturday night. Like I've always said, Philadelphia, just do the deal. And from my family to yours, may God bless.
All right, Steve, so it's one thing to get out of your trade. It's another thing to have the banks. And oh, yeah, the best part of all, the deals, the deals, the deals, the deals. And here we go with a 2018 Honda Civic.
Okay, here we got a 2018 Honda Civic. One owner, 38,000 miles. And the gentleman that brought me out this cheat sheet said to me, the market value on this car as a payment is $279 a month. You know what I said to that?
I know what you said to that.
I'm not doing it.
Hey!
So take the price. Hey, Jimmy, I love you to death, but we're not doing $279, not to my customer. What we're going to do here, it's not $279, folks. Folks, it's not even $269.
Lower?
It's not going to be $259.
Are you feeling all right, Steve?
I'm telling you now, I want to sell some cars this month. And I've got one of the nicest Honda Civics in this area that you can buy, and you can buy it for $199 a month. $199, not $279, not $269, not $249, not $239, not even $229. You can buy this for a cell phone bill of $199 a month. It's an automatic Civic LX, 38,000 miles, power windows, power locks, cruise control, navigation. It's got it all, folks. It's loaded.
And it's got the goodies, and best part of all, the low payment, $199 a month. And by the way, in case you haven't heard, great payment, and right now the banks are stepping up, Steve. They're stepping up, and you're going to get people out of their trade.
I don't care how bad your credit is. There's not a bank in the world that if you're working and you're making $1,700, $1,800 a month, which comes out to about $400, $450 a week, there's not a bank in the world that's going to reject you on this automobile that has a value of probably about $19,000 to $20,000 to say, I'm buying this car for $199 a month. I don't know a bank that's going to say for $50 a week, how much trouble can we get ourselves into with this customer? So I'm telling you, for that payment, you need transportation. Take a look out your window right now. Look at the car in your driveway, then look at this car and say, honey, can we afford $50 a week? Absolutely. Get down here. Get this car for $199 a month. And I know Jimmy's over there going, are you crazy? He's grabbing his head like I'm nuts. We don't have the full luxury of having 100,000 cars sitting out here like the old days. We're having to be very particular on what we buy. We're going to still work good deals. I'm not going to stop working deals. I'm working deals for too long in this city for you folks. I'm not going to stop now. $199 a month, 38,000 miles, automatic power windows, power locks, loaded, loaded, loaded. Come on down and get it.
And by the way, Steve, what are the banks going to say, and what are you going to say to that deal?
Well, I'm going to tell you now, when I make the call to the bank, they're going to say one thing. Hey, Steve, just do the deal. It's May, and things are heating up at the Auto Outlet of PA. I'm going to get you out of your trade right now, no matter how much you owe. I've got the automobiles, and I've got the banks. And remember, it all ends at the close of business on Saturday night. Like I've always said, Philadelphia, just do the deal. And from my family to yours, may God bless.
All right, Steve. Here's another great vehicle.
Let me tell you, this is one of the #1 selling luxury cars in the country. It's a Lexus ES, diamond white pearl, tan leather, sunroof, navigation, cruise control. There's so many options on that piece of paper, they had to put 2 on the side of the window. There's so many options. It's a 21,000 mile, and again, $419 a month.
Forget
no.
it.
$409, no. $399, no.
What?
What we're going to do is I want to sell this car. This is my featured car of the week. Come down here. $349 a month.
Whoa!
For a 21,000-mile Lexus. I'm telling you, the car's got it all. It's V6, alloyed wheels, leather, sunroof, all the equipment in the world, navigation, Bluetooth capabilities on an iPhone or a Droid. Makes no difference. Diamond white pearl, very, very, very unique paint job. When you look at these diamond white pearls, it's a 3-stage paint. Beautiful car. You got to come down. One owner, clean Carfax. This car is absolutely very rare. Get down here. Tell D I sent you, and tell D we're not selling it for $429. We're not selling it for $409. We're selling this car for $349 a month to you. So get down here right away. May's the month. Look at the weather. Look what's going on. The roads are packed with traffic again. People are getting back to work. There's been some money passed out by the federal government. Thank you, federal government, for helping everybody with some dollars. We need the money to stimulate this market, get everybody back to work, and let's rock and roll. So for $349 a month, come on down and buy the car.
And Steve, what do you say to that deal?
Me and the banks this month are saying, hey, come on, folks, just do the deal. It's May, and things are heating up at the Auto Outlet of PA. I'm going to get you out of your trade right now, no matter how much you owe. I've got the automobiles, and I've got the banks. And remember, it all ends at the close of business on Saturday night. Like I've always said, Philadelphia, just do the deal. And from my family to yours, may God bless. This is a 16 Porsche S model, all-wheel drive. This car doesn't have one roof, sunroof. It has 2 sunroofs.
The deuce. The
It
deuce.
has deuce. It's called a panoramic. So for you and the children, you put the roof back in the front, and you power the roof back in the back, and the children have the same visual as you have. The stars at night, or the sun is bright and during the day. But it has 2 roofs. But you also, as you know, I don't have to tell you, it has that Porsche names tag on it. The car's got everything. Again, this is a car that's got 2 or 3 stickers on it with all the options. It's all-wheel drive. It's leathered up. It's got a turbo. This car is a machine. And again, Jimmy has lost his mind. At $519 a month, there's no way that you're selling my customers this car for $519.
Not at the outlet. Not at the outlet.
I'm not doing it for $499. Jimmy, take it easy. I hear you over there. Stop. Stop.
Get some tissues.
That's all right. Don't
And
worry
a
about it,
pencil
Jimmy.
sharpener. And a pencil
That's
sharpener.
right. It's my money. If I want to give it away, we're going to give these cars away. All right? We'll get you a deal. It's not $509. It's not $501. It's not $499, $489. This car right now, what did we say it was going to be, Greg?
Did you say $399?
$399.
$399?
Where can you buy a Porsche with all this equipment for $399 a month? Help me with that one.
There's only one place, ladies and gentlemen, and I can tell you where it's at. Right here, 1515 Bristol Pike, the Auto Outlet of PA.
We're right up the street from what I remember to be the Franklin Mills Mall, and a lot of you people would remember it as that, but they call it now the Philadelphia Mall.
Yeah, they're trying to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, they changed it up and tried to get to the Philadelphia Mall. We're right up the street. Again, we're right off the highway, Woodhaven Road, 95. Roosevelt Boulevard's right up the road. Was it Frankfurt Avenue?
Yeah,
Torresdale?
the Great Northeast.
I mean, we're in the far northeast. I'm telling you what, folks, we're convenient to everybody. Wilmington, 42 minutes. Camden, Trenton. Even Atlantic City's an hour and a half from here, I think, right?
Not even. Not even.
Sound right? Not even.
Not even.
All
Not
right.
even.
We've had people come in from Newark, New York City. New York City, hour and 45 minutes, right down 95. Bang, get off at the exit. Here you are. Bang. Right off 95. So I'm telling you, folks, very convenient. We've got the banks to serve you. And let's get back to this Porsche because this car excites me.
$399. Wow.
$399 a month, folks, for a Porsche. How about that for the summer? How about coming off a year like we had last year with everything that was going on? And now you're walking out in 2021 and saying, I've got myself a brand spanking new Porsche for $399 a month, okay? Imagine that car in your driveway. And to me, one of the finest colors in this car. You got a black on tan? No, black on gray, black on black, dual panel roofs, navigation. Again, the whole enchilada here, $399 a month. Folks, come on down. We got some deals. May's going to be the biggest month of the year.
Things are heating up.
Things are heating up. While supply is still decent, demand is very, very high. Everybody's looking for a new car this year, okay? Demand is super high. Supply at my dealerships, we've been able to call in some chips from people we've been buying cars for years, and they're selling me cars, okay? How long that's going to last, I don't know. But the biggest thing is, folks, is our banks. Our banks are dedicated, and they get with us, and they say, listen, guys, we're going to support you. Send us the deals. We'll figure out a way to get these folks in a car at a reasonable price. I told them I would bend on the pricing. They would bend on the rates. They would bend on the down payment. I will trade you out of your car. I don't see anything that should be stopping you from getting a car except yourself. It's May, and things are heating up at the Auto Outlet of PA. I'm going to get you out of your trade right now, no matter how much you owe. I've got the automobiles, and I've got the banks. And remember, it all ends at the close of business on Saturday night. Like I've always said, Philadelphia, just do the deal. And from my family to yours, may God bless.
We've talked about it. May is heating up. What about people that have had some troubled credit, Steve? Is now a great time to come here to the outlet?
I'll tell you what, I've never seen the bank so anxious right now to lend out money than I have seen here in the last 3-4 weeks. And I asked them, I simply asked one of the bigger banks that we have, I said, what's the deal? What is it that you guys really, I've never seen so much enthusiasm for you wanting to lend money. And a couple of the deals that just in the last few days that I was able to call in that 3 months ago, wouldn't have had a chance.
They would have hung up?
They would have hung up on me. Never had a chance. All of a sudden, we're talking about a car deal. Hey. And I said, well, you know, people want to be at X amount of dollars in payment. You got to get that interest rate down to X. And they're not putting up $4,000. I can get a little bit, but it's nowhere near that. Okay, Steve, can you do this? Well, let me go ask Mr. and Mrs. Customer.
Hey.
But if they say yes to that, I'm not calling you back. I'm just going to go ahead and deliver the car. How about that? Steve, deliver the car. Mr. and Mrs. Customer, you got a deal. Congratulations, you're part of the family. And they're taking deals, like I said, I've never seen them take no more.
So the banks are really aggressive right now.
The banks right now are killing it. And let me tell you something. You folks know in the Philadelphia market, I've been around here quite a long time. We've sold the better part now of probably 14 to 15,000 cars in the Philadelphia metro. And that includes, you know, Camden. We can go all around Wilmington, Delaware, you know, within say 30 minutes to 40 minutes of Philadelphia. Draw a circle around it, and we sold 14,000 automobiles. And we're continuing the march on selling cars. And the one thing the lady said to me the other day, in her peer group, in her church, where I've sold 15, 20 cars over the past years, and she's been a big reason because of how I helped her and her daughter out many years ago. And she says they call me in the church the credit doctor. I said, the credit doctor? The credit doctor. Hey. I said, holy smokes. I said, that's cool. I said, but, you know, I'm not going to change my just do the deal for me being a Phillies credit doctor. But she says, we look at you as saying, hey, at the end of the day, we bring our people to you. We bring them on in. We trust you. We know you're going to make sure they get a good deal. You're also going to look out for us, make sure we get a good car. Because, you know, a good deal is great, but you also got to get a good car with a good deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay?
Can't have one without
right.
the other.
And you got to back it. You know, something happens, I'm always here. I'm within a phone call away. Everybody will send you to me. You ask for Steve, you're going to get to me. I'm not putting you off to anybody else. You call me.
You're not hiding. You're not hiding.
I'm not hiding. I'm here. I'm out in the market. You know who I am. I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to fix the problem. And that's all you can ask for. Good deal. No problems. Get a fair, and be my customer. I want you my customer forever and ever. I want you to be a customer for life.
Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, if you've had a situation where you've been turned down, maybe you've been all over, up and down the boulevard, up and down this place, up and down that place, and you've heard no, come here to the Auto Outlet of PA. Steve has the inventory. Steve has the banks, and the other thing that Steve has that is really important to you is trade amnesty. Now, what does that trade amnesty mean? That means if you're $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 upside down on your trade, Steve has a pretty big reputation in the entire Philadelphia market of getting people out of their trade. Just like with the credit, you're the trade doctor too, Steve. You get people out of their trades that the other dealers laughed at, said, yeah, you can go somewhere else, nobody's going to help you. And then they come see Steve, and guess what? They're driving out, and they're getting top dollar for their trade. So they're getting out of a bad deal, and they're getting into another vehicle for a whole lot less than they thought possible, all because they came here to 1515 Bristol Pike here in the heart of Bensalem and gave Steve a swing. That's all you want is a swing, right, Steve?
That's all I want. And I'm going to tell you something. I've had people bring in a car to me, and they say, hey, listen, I don't owe anything on the car. And it works the other way. I don't owe anything on the car. I walked into a dealer. He told me my car was worth $500, and my car was worth $300 or $200. I said, okay. And they said, but we have no cash. I said, but you got a car that's got equity in it because you don't owe nothing.
That is your cash.
You got your title, right? Yes, sir. I got my title right here in my pocket or my purse. I said, no problem. Look, good title, no problem. I'm going to give you $2,500 for that car.
Hey.
Now what do we got down?
We got some cash.
We got $2,500 down. I'll write you a check for the $2,500. You put it down on the car. Guess what you got? You got $2,500 down.
Some
and the chances are you probably didn't have to come up with any money because the $2,500 the bank was looking for, I gave you.
That's a big deal.
I'm not opposed to that either. Any way that I have to work to put a car deal together, I'm going to work within the limits of the law, of course, and we're going to do it honestly, and we're going to do it in integrity. I'm here to take care of you folks. I'm here to make sure that you get a decent car for your money, like I just got through saying. But whatever scenario you've got, give us the opportunity. We're going to work it for you. I promise you. You're going to get approved, and you're going to drive out in a car of your choice, and you're going to get the payment you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never been here to the Auto Outlet of PA, we are simple to get to. Minutes from the city of brotherly love. We're right here next to the great Northeast. We're minutes from the Lehigh Valley. We're minutes from New Jersey. We're minutes from Delaware, Wilmington, Dover, Newcastle County. We want to see you right here at the Auto Outlet of PA. If you've been turned down before because of your credit, forget about it here at the Auto Outlet of PA. Steve has got credit amnesty, which means you're getting out of jail. Come see Steve, come see D and the rest of the gang. They're going to help you out here at the Auto Outlet of PA. When it comes to your trade-in, yeah, maybe you made a bad deal. Maybe you bought a car to buy here, pay here a lot, and you're buried. Well, come here to the Auto Outlet of PA, and guess what Steve has in his other hand? Get out of jail without bad trade, Steve. You're ready to get it. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, it is going on right here at the Auto Outlet of PA, 1515 Bristol Pike, right here in the heart of Bensalem. Tell your friends, tell your family members that the Auto Outlet of PA has the inventory, and they are going to get you out of your trade and give you top dollar for it regardless, with trade amnesty and also credit amnesty. But remember, it all ends at the close of business on Saturday. Yes, it's May. Yes, things are heating up. And yes, so is Steve and the deals right here at the Auto Outlet of PA. Steve, when they come here and they look at you, what do you want to tell them?
I want to say, just do the deal. And again, we only got a couple seconds left. I don't want to shorten this up because it comes from the heart, and it's very, very important. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the support you've given me over the last 10, 12 years in Philadelphia. Thank you for inviting me into your city. And also, I want to tell you this. From my family to yours, may God bless.